Good morning, everybody. It is currently, what, 4:30 in the morning? We are most certainly not open right now. A little chilly out. That's new. Don't remember that. So, this morning I am starting a YouTube channel. The majority of which is going to be based around this little guy right there. Basically, I am documenting a project that I've been working on for a little while involving a 300ZX. You can barely see it right there. 1988 Z31, naturally aspirated. And I am working on putting this small block Chevy V8, 305 cubic inch, so 5 liter. I'm gonna put it in it. I am taking this video with my phone. It is a little bit chilly this morning. I am shivering, and I apologize if it's a little shaky. The engine did not always look like this. Like most engines from 1979, this one was covered in grease and gross and just nothing like this at all factory stuff on it and whatever. It was originally a 2-barrel carburetor, just had a regular factory intake. I don't know what it had for valve covers and oil pan and all that, but this is all powder coated aluminum now. All Felpro gaskets all the way around, which is nice, I guess. These boxes, don't mind the saddlebags, are all parts that came off it originally. But the only thing that's here right now on this jack that was originally in the 79 Impala that I took this out of is the block, the heads, and the crank. I replaced the valve covers, intake, carburetor, as I mentioned, cover, oil pump, oil pickup tube, timing pointers, obviously aftermarket, where it's just bolted on there. Camshaft, right there, and all the gaskets. I guess also the pistons and rods and rings and all that stuff is also stock. I didn't replace any of that. The fuel pump is probably going to stay the same just because I don't want to buy one. Same thing goes for the alternator in there. Now the reason why I decided to just start documenting this, because I've done quite a lot. Once I realized the V6 and the Nissan was shot, I picked up this Impala, started working, got the engine all out, and was left with this lovely grease magnet. Broke it all down, cleaned it up real nice, painted it, put it back together with a bunch of new parts, moved on to the Nissan, got the engine out of that, and now it looks like it's trying to pop a wheelie all the time. Also got a parts car that I went through, so I took a bunch of interior out of the original and took what I wanted to keep between the original and the parts car to clean/restore later. Currently behind the scenes working on cleaning up what's left of the interior, and right now it looks like this. Also, the seats were pretty trashy in the original, as one might expect from a 30-year-old car. So I ended up deciding to keep the ones that I got out of the parts car. But the reason why I just started documenting this via video is because this fun stuff is about to start. I just ordered mounts, so that's fun. Just a universal set that I have to adapt to the cross member in the engine bay in the Z, and I just ordered exhaust manifolds. I just got ram horns just because they're supposed to be pretty low profile. I shouldn't have to worry about clearance too much. I also just ordered a bunch of pulleys. I ordered a pulley for the alternator, which is going to be like right here, and the water pump pulley and the crank pulley. And those are actually cogged, so I'm not going to have to worry about any belt slip, I hope, which I'm pretty excited about. Luckily, I do have quite the space to work on this, so that's nice to have. I'm not going to have to be outside messing with this on the ground or anything like that. Why? Let's see this. This is new. It's kinda, it's clearly not on there quite right. What? Doesn't look too shabby. I am wondering how that happened, and also where this came from. Wow. So the reason I decided to go with this kind of project, basically everything has been pretty cheap so far. I honestly, when I started, wanted to get like just a Mustang or Camaro or something that already ran. I didn't even honestly care if it was a V6 or not. I just wanted something nice to ride around on the weekends. But basically, I didn't have to put any money down on the car. I basically just traded a bunch of stuff for it. And the V6 that was in it wasn't very good. I mean, it's not the turbocharged version anyway, so who even cares? But it had all kinds of problems. I couldn't get it to run right. I thought about trying to convert it to carbureted, but the more I looked into it, it was just like money was flying out of my pocket. So I ended up deciding, you know what, let's just put a V8 in it. Or even just like a S10 4.3 V6, and then we can adapt that to like a small block later. But I ended up finding that Impala that I mentioned earlier, that was only like $500. So even at that point, I still only had like $500 in the car. So after doing everything so far with the engine and just, I don't know, working on the interior of the car and everything, because that's pretty gross too, and I'll cover that in a later video. I have pretty close to, I'd say like $2,500 in this project so far. So basically, I feel like I chose one of the most expensive ways to go about having a V8 coupe, which is okay. It's not super common, at least not in my area, and it'll be super cool when it's done. But for now it sits, but not for too much longer. Like I said, at this point I'm basically waiting on parts, so that's pretty much all for this video.